Had I just checked on the, wow, there could be something to this. 372 X torque from Rafter E. Cut potentially better than it would out of the box. Is this the reason why I feel like even new chains are sometimes lackluster? Welcome to the Okie Woodsman channel. It seems like every time I cut, someone's saying your saw is dull. Even if I'm using a brand new chain. Mitch Zenobi recently posted on Facebook and Instagram on brand new chains. He sets the rakers, and I was shocked to see the variation there was on a brand new chain. I had always assumed that the chain would come consistent out of the box. I have a brand new 84 link EXL chain that we're going to put a raker gauge on together and see if we can reproduce what Mitch has shown. I'm getting this saw ready to test against my 7310. This is Jason's 372 X torque from Rafter E. I went ahead and just picked it up from him at his house because this saw is completely stock. My 7310 is perfectly stock and my clone saw is currently stock. I am needing to get this sent out to the porter as quickly as possible, and I want to start messing around with the 372, the G372 as well. So that's what I've been saving this stack of chains for, specifically for testing. So like I said, this is a brand new Oregon 72 EXL 84 drive link chain, and we're going to go ahead and throw the raker gauge on here and see what it shows. I don't recall gold links being on these chains, but it appears as if, I don't know if that's a new thing or if they've always been like that. That's much appreciated. If you look at this Oregon 25 thou gauge here, this one has been used, so I have filed on it a little bit. The raker is slightly prone on there. Now, I could chalk that up possibly to this having been filed on, but Mitch was also showing that there was a ton of variation between them. We're going to utilize this Husqvarna, this style of gauge, because it has certainly, you know, it gets the raker set at an angle nicely. This is a brand new furred flat file. Whoa, that's nice. I took that off in a hurry. Is this the reason why I feel like even new chains are sometimes lackluster? Or is it the profile of the tooth, everybody? See, that one's not taking anything off at all. I mean, it maybe took off a tiny hair. Okay, interesting. So far, okay, that right there is showing something. Now, what I'm concerned with is this side of the gauge lower. I need to stop because that could be the case. I have a brand new one here that I'm going to pull out of the package just in case, because so far I'm seeing a variation, but it seems like it could be because of that actual raker gauge, not because of the chain. We'll find out. So let's back up just a hair. We're going to go to hardwood setting, make sure we're in hardwood. Okay, so this one feels, see, this one I did have to take some material off of though, so maybe it wasn't a variation in the gauge. So this is a brand new gauge. Let's see what happens. Okay, I'm taking just a hair off. That's a good sign because this is brand new. Oh, look at that. A little bit. You know, everybody, well, this furred flat file is really nice. I got this from sawsuppliers.com. Oh man, this is a beauty. So this is the setup I'm using. Let's go back to hardwood. Let's double check our gauge raker here. Nice. I'm wondering if, I mean, I've always felt like a new out of box chain was fairly smooth. But you know what? Listen to that. That's hardly wanting to take anything off. Some are wanting to take very little and sometimes more than very little. Let's see here. Nice. Okay, so we are on the 3/8 hardwood setting, which should be somewhere right around 25 thousandths. And I'm going to use this same exact chain on all 3 saws when I test. We are not going to, I'm going to just basically swap bars onto each of the saws. I'm limited on my wood. Check that one out. That one here, I mean, it barely has anything to come off. All right. Wow, there could be something to this. I mean, let's put it this way. If we can go to hardwood setting and get a little bit off of each raker, that alone shows that this chain could cut potentially better than it would out of the box. Interesting. Again, this is a brand new Oregon chain. And from what Mitch was saying, it didn't matter what brand of chain it was. This is a thing on Husky chains, steel chains. I think he was doing it to a steel square ground chain, and it had some wild variation. Wow. See, that one I can't even hardly, yeah, I can't get anything off of that raker, so that one's technically a little low, maybe. It seems like there's some variation. There could be maybe some user error here too. This X-Torque, I pulled it over and it has more compression, I think, than the 7310 and the G372. It does feel that way, at least. All right, this is a brand new chain. I did not know that you need to do this on a brand new out of the box chain if you want to have the best possible performance. There we are, we're done. We're all the way around. So what can we conclude? I think an out of the box chain is leaving some performance on the table based on my very first experience of putting a raker gauge on it. And I want to thank Mitch Zenobi for just showing that, just plain and simple, on a short video. I have enough confirmation that I need to be checking this going forward in the future. You know, honestly, that Sugi chain that came out and that was just absolutely terrible, had I just checked the rakers, that chain would have performed well. Now, out of the box, I've never had a chain perform so poorly before. So that is a little bit different. But with that being said, I think that this is going to be something that I'm going to implement from here on out. If you're interested in seeing how my Echo 7310 compares to this 372 X-Torque, this is an OEM saw, completely stock, as is that 7310. And this guy right here, make sure you be watching for that video coming out sometime in the future. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.